Victor Osimhen is staying at Napoli because what happened in the final 24-48 hours of the transfer market is something completely crazy. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Guys, I'm recording this video. It's the night after the deadline day and I wanted to enter into some of the big cases of the deadline day. So let's jump into it together. And so guys, the big sagas are over. The big sagas are completed. So many things to say on the crazy cases of the deadline day. First of all, Raheem Sterling to Arsenal after Reiss Nelson, who had to go to Ipswich Town and is ending up at Fulham on loan from Arsenal. Arsenal signed Raheem Sterling. The deal is completed on loan, no buy option, no buy obligation, straight loan. He will be back to Chelsea at the end of the season. But Arsenal will pay less than 50% of the salary for Raheem Sterling. He also took a wage cut in order to join Arsenal. Move completed was something that Arsenal were not planning for a long time. A typical last-minute opportunity. Arsenal decided to go for it because they saw that there was the possibility also to send Reiss Nelson to play on a regular basis at Fulham, and so Raheem Sterling leaving Chelsea and joining Arsenal. And then Chelsea signing Jadon Sancho in a very particular way, because Chelsea sent two proposals to Manchester United on deadline day for Jadon Sancho. Two proposals which were with different formula. One proposal was a loan with buy option. The loan with buy option was for a higher loan fee, higher buy option, but no guarantee for Manchester United that Chelsea were going to take the buy option, and so no guarantee to sell the player in 2025. And then the other bid was loan with buy obligation. The package was lower, but guarantee for Man United that Chelsea were going to buy Jadon Sancho in summer 2025. So basically Chelsea told Man United, if you want to do the deal, decide between these two opportunities. The idea of Manchester United has been to reflect some hours internally, the board, the management, the manager, and then they decided to proceed with a second proposal. So loan with obligation to buy, to have the guarantee that Jadon Sancho is not returning to Carrington at the end of the season. So Man United will receive a fee between 20 and 25 million pounds for Jadon Sancho. This is going to be the transfer fee for 2025, so obligation to buy. The obligation is almost guaranteed because it will be triggered if Chelsea finish in the first 14 positions of the Premier League. So obviously almost guaranteed. So that's why the deal took some time. Chelsea and Man United started the conversation over a swap deal, then Manchester United insisting on a permanent transfer. Chelsea said no, has to be a loan with an option or loan with obligation. At the end of the day, they were able to agree on terms in that way, with a loan with an obligation to buy. 20 up to 25 million pounds final transfer fee. Sancho really wanted Chelsea. Sancho was pushing for this possibility and he accepted the move. And then guys, the crazy saga, Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen, guys, in this moment, as of tonight, is staying at Napoli. Victor Osimhen is staying at Napoli because what happened in the final 24-48 hours of the transfer market is something completely crazy. So, waking up in the morning, Al Ahly in Saudi were 80% convinced that they signed Victor Osimhen from Napoli. Agreement Al Ahly, Napoli, and negotiations with the player. So the Napoli side was done working on player side. While they were working on player side to get the final green light from Victor Osimhen, Al Ahly see Napoli also changing the conditions of the deal. So Napoli started changing the details of this deal between them and Al Ahly, while Al Ahly were negotiating the contract terms with Victor Osimhen, then to make him travel for medical. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, then lunchtime, Al Ahly get tired of this story, especially because Napoli changed the conditions of the deal, and so Al Ahly call Ivan Toney and tell him, okay, you can go for a medical, we have an agreement with Brentford for 40 million euros, you can travel, you can go, because he didn't have to travel, he did the medical in London, you can go for a medical. At that point, Victor Osimhen deal was in total standby with Al Ahly. They were only signing one player, not both, Toney and Osimhen, only one. And so for Osimhen, it was basically Chelsea or almost nothing, unless something crazy was going to happen with Al-Ahly. Chelsea or nothing. Chelsea delegation in Napoli for 3 days trying to reach an agreement with Victor Osimhen. So Chelsea spent basically the entire day, the afternoon till late evening night, trying to get to an agreement with Victor Osimhen. They tried in every possible way for them. So the salary proposal was a fixed part plus add-ons based on Champions League football, based on goals scored. So several add-ons to make the proposal higher, trying to present the best salary proposal possible for their possibilities and also for financial fair play. But the entire proposal was not even close to the 11-12 million euros net salary of Victor Osimhen at Napoli. Not even close. They tried, they were pushing, around 10 p.m. they made one final try. I think they presented 5, 6, 7 proposals, one final try, not even close again to what Victor Osimhen wanted, and so the deal collapsed. This was the Osimhen case. With Chelsea trying till the end, with Chelsea confident to reach an agreement with Napoli because Napoli had no other way, but then with Victor Osimhen saying no to their contract proposal. Chelsea were feeling that maybe Osimhen in the final hours, to avoid staying at Napoli out of the project, was going to accept. He didn't. Osimhen decided to be super strong on his position, also because the situation between Osimhen and Napoli, and this is the final crucial point, we will return on that in the next days, the situation between Osimhen and Napoli is completely difficult, completely tense, and almost broken in terms of relationship. Broken because Osimhen was negotiating his contract with Al-Ahly, and meanwhile he was negotiating his contract with Al-Ahly, preparing to close that deal, Napoli changed the conditions of the deal with Al-Ahly to get more money, and so Victor Osimhen felt out of the deal with Al-Ahly while he was negotiating. So he started also closing the door to Chelsea proposal because the proposal was not even close to his current salary at Napoli, and so now what happens? Unless a Saudi club or from another country out of Europe arrives with money to sign Victor Osimhen in the next 2-3 days, Victor is staying at Napoli and staying out of the first squad because Napoli have no intention to change their position. I mean, they are convinced they did things in the correct way. At the same time, Victor Osimhen has no intention to change his position. He told Napoli several times that he didn't want to play for them anymore, so the situation was really tense now between Napoli and Victor Osimhen. Let's see if they can fix this, how they can fix this, how is going to be the conversation between Osimhen, Napoli, director, the president, the manager. So let's see what's going to happen now, but Osimhen is not staying at Napoli with the possibility to play. So it's not that kind of situation. As of today, Osimhen is staying at Napoli in a very, very tense, crazy situation. And so guys, thanks to all of you for being here as always with all the latest. This was the big 3 stories of the deadline day. Al-Ahly signed Ivan Toney, Osimhen, Sancho, and the story of Raheem Sterling. Guys, let me know your opinion here in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. Ciao!